to the Midnight Social Radio, and happy Mother's Day because, well, by the time we're recording this or streaming, it'll be Mother's Day.
Oh, I gotta sneeze again. Oh, yeah, my allergies are
I
killing me.
just gave my mom her gift.
Go on, go on. This allergies is coming. This allergy is coming out of nowhere all of a sudden. I gave my mom her gift too. Oh God,
Yeah.
these allergies are coming out of nowhere. Like I was fine just a few seconds ago, and then all of a sudden spring is killing me out here because the trees are
Yeah.
having aerial sex out there, and it's unfair.
Um Another thing, um I'm going to be on vacation soon, so
Oh,
good thing we're doing this Saturday.
yep. Oh God, I got the dog boys here. I can finally put them up on the thing. I
Oh,
gotta sneeze again.
I see you now have a Pipkin Pippa profile pic, dog boy.
yeah. Long story short, this is because of another chat I'm in, and yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing you putting like waifus in your Discord chat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, have you accepted the based and red pilled rabbit into your
As my
life?
Lord and Savior, that's kind of a stretch, but yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Have you played a fighting
Uh,
game that is associated with the VTubers that is for free on Steam?
No, I have
um,
not.
well, funny enough, out of the list I hastily put together, it's mostly VTuber stuff.
Oh, so I guess I made a appropriate timing then.
Yes. Uh, for one, shortly after we recorded the last episode, news got out that Nyanners also left vshojo.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I haven't found out why, but probably for personal reasons. And keep in mind, both Silvervale Nyanners are both founding members. Currently, in vshojo right now is Project Melody, Iron Mouse, and Hakari Frut, and some of the more recent ones, such as Keisan. I forgot the other two, and the other one. I actually do follow her on Twitch. I should not be this. Oh, Haruka Kibaru,
Mm.
Hmm.
and and another member from from vshojo Japan, who apparently is Rushia. If you guys don't know, Rushia graduated from Hololive after revealing some personal information to try and defend herself because she got accused of having a boyfriend, which in idol culture is a big no-no.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's true. Speaking of idol culture, Oshinoko is still pretty hot going on.
I heard. I never watched it, but I heard it broke A.
Yep.
So I'm like, I haven't really watched an idol show. To be honest, never watched
The
any of
what?
them. I never watched an idol anime. I never
Yeah, this
got into
was
them.
yeah, this was kind of like a bit different.
Is it
Um,
isekai?
okay, her name, the newest edition of vshojo is Henya, and there's also some rumors that are going around that she's Pikame.
Yeah, I was about to say, the new one. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are some rumors that are going around saying that she's Pikame, and apparently, she has a lolly model, which if you guys know about vshojo, especially with Nyanners, she has some massive beef
Twitter?
with lollies,
Oh,
which is ironic because she used to make lolly content herself.
I thought the word Twitter was going to be used in a sentence. I thought they had some. You know how they're like it always ends with like.
Yes, but yeah, Um, while we're at it, and how and while we're still on the topic of VTubers and VTuber agencies and collectives and shit like that, let's talk about Nijisanji. Because currently, right now, it is a dumpster fire.
Oh boy.
As a person who knows nothing about VTubers but try to get into VTubers, I know nothing about VTubers. So please inform me, like a person that's just tuning in and wondering, what is a VTuber? What is Nijisanji?
Well, if you guys don't know, Nijisanji is a lot like Hololive, and well, yeah, it's a lot like Hololive. When it's basically a VTuber agency. So yeah, one of the more recent members kind of graduated at a very short time for just basically just kind of breaking a bunch of rules, stuff like that. However, there's like a whole document on how how poorly managed each of them can get, how poorly managed she really was. And and for just having rather piss poor pay within merch as well.
Mm.
Because if you guys don't know, sure, like a lot of the donos come from donations and whatnot, but another bit of the bulk comes from merchandise sales.
I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a VTuber merchandise. I must be really outside the circle, but like,
Yes, yes, you are.
yeah, but you would expect to see like at least one of them because I saw like someone wearing a Tom Nook hat, and I'm like, okay, well that's rare, but everyone knows what Animal Crossing is. I didn't.
Like for example, I have a Frit shirt that was made from Shark Robot.
Oh, okay. So these are one. So their merch is online only kind of stuff. You're not gonna find.
Yes.
Okay. If they're not
Um
selling, then let them go.
so apparently you also had to make your own lore as well, and you basically had to do a bunch of everything by yourself, which all boggles down to false ID has like a false ID has a bunch of stuff on it. Yeah, if you and it it was just very very poorly managed.
Mm-hmm.
Nijisanji behind the scenes apparently is very poorly managed, and yeah, it's just one big clusterfuck currently.
Wow, that's interesting to know. Because like, yeah, I didn't know that VTubers had to sell their own stuff. They had to make sure that I know they're well. I didn't think there was a brand. Like you don't. Well, I don't know. I didn't know that it was like they worked under
Also,
an.
additional news: Vice is bankrupt.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yep, heard about that.
Heard about that.
I mean, who hasn't?
I'm subscribed to Vice Japan, but not Vice. Vice. I think I am subscribed to Vice. I
Yeah,
don't know. It was a long time ago.
especially with after their recent hit piece on Lolly shit. Yeah, I'm
Really
not that
just on
surprised.
Japan in general.
Yeah.
Calling it pedophile country.
Yeah, and then bringing up the Child Protective Act of 2003, which can be easily just debunked.
Mm-hmm.
Like anyone who tries to do the Child Protection Act of 2003, I just instantly know, okay, they're just being intellectually dishonest.
Yeah. Didn't even try and do the research and whatnot. But that's been Vice for years.
I mean, like, they do have some occasional bangers, like, for example, The Fall of the Yakuza, and, like,
Oh, I
the
think I've
newest
seen.
drug that's currently out right now called 2CB, but outside of that, it's just fucking cancer.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it being good. Like, yeah, I think I do remember seeing a documentary on the Yakuza that they were doing. But after that, I was like, just got into like a lot of like, it looks like a lot of rage baiting. It's like, oh, look at this. We got politics. We have left versus right. What is the Nazis doing like in right winged places? And it was just a bunch of that. And I'm like, oh, well, where's the good stuff that I used to subscribe to? When I first found this channel, and it's like I just never stopped. I just stopped watching it. It's just like it's not good anymore, and I can see why it went bankrupt. But yeah, Vice used to be a thing that where you like you go to and you're like, okay, yeah, I want to know what's going on the other side. But yeah, no, not anymore.
Like you want like the raw experience.
Yeah, I mean, I did see some video on this where they're like, yeah, of course, because like the one of their people that they had out was running the company before left, and it seems like anytime the original person who brings the company, any company really, comes says to leave, the whole thing falls apart. You know, it's like the persons who had the idea of, oh, I'm going to make this app, I'm going to make this social media, I'm going to do this, and now I'm going to pass it off to my protege, and that person just crumbles the whole thing. It's like, yep, 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 yep. Like you're the one who holds the key. The reason why people came is to you. And I heard that Vice is like whoever was running before, is gone, and so what happens is that's why Vice was just going downhill. Oh,
Okay. Let me just post the links real fast. So so back to what you guys' thoughts on like the whole Nijisanji thing, especially with your Kuro, because you're currently like having your mind blown.
as an outsider, like learning about the whole VTuber community and stuff like that. Um, because I thought if VTubers were all like indie kind of thing. Because yeah, I did. I mean, I did talk to a VTuber, not the popular ones, just
It's to a brand one, like who was promoting a video game, right?
yeah,
Right.
was it
Yeah,
Gun
that's what
Gung Ho?
probably would be a brand VTuber.
Yeah, Gung Ho was had their VTuber for Let It Death vs Let It Die, which I'm surprised that game is still up. I thought it was supposed to die. I think it's supposed to like at least the server is supposed to shut down July, I think, but they just got crossplay, so I guess they're hoping that the game will still be.
Yeah, they're trying to make money off console folks.
Yeah, but here's a problem. They shut down. You can't buy their online coins. Like there's these coins that you get in the game. They're called death metals, and you can buy them. And basically, it's like, yeah, just in-game currency. But on the Steam version, you can't. But they're like, I guess maybe the console version you can or something like that. So, um, they just got crossplay and anything like that. But yeah, the VTuber from there, I think she's disappeared now. I think there was like there's a Discord. I didn't act around the Discord, but I think they're probably active as the Discord mascot. But on the Twitch side, I think they're gone, and I think on their website they're probably still around because the VTuber is also the in-game character mascot in the game. So even if she's gone, even if the girl who does the VTuber is different from the in-game model and the person who probably does the voice for the in-game um thing. So I think they're the two separate people. But yeah, I only got to meet the one that ran the Twitch channel. So I'm surprised that, you know, there are other VTubers that are outside of the whole. I thought it was a whole indie thing. Like I thought everyone had their own VTuber and it was the Wild Wild West and everyone can make one and then go out there and you just got popular and people liked you. I didn't know there was like a I didn't think Hollow Live was a company that held a bunch of VTubers and said, "Hey everyone, these are VTubers and we're paying them." So I'm surprised.
I mean, like, even the pioneer Kizuno Ai, she was in a company.
Was she in AI?
No,
Oh,
she was like motion captured.
Oh, okay. And what happened to her?
I think she moved on to NFT. Shit.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I see she still makes content here and there.
And Project Melody is indie, right?
No,
Uh,
she's one of the heads of vshojo.
Oh,
Which vshojo is just kind of like a collective.
hmm,
Like you need to be you already have if you already have like a VTuber, like if you already were a VTuber and you audition for that kind of shit, um you have a chance to be in there.
are they taking gift tubers? Because currently right now I'm a gift tuber.
I don't know.
So I don't think
But I don't know why
I
the
don't think
fuck
they
did
are.
you spend 3 minutes make how long did it take you to make that fucking GIF when in reality you could have just made
I
like
I
made
tr-
like 2 frames.
I tried to get 2D rig. I tried to get that 2D rig thing. I tried different apps. I tried whatever I could find.
I use for my PNG model I use a Vtube Mini.
I'll look into that. But I found a bunch of things, but they don't. Their problem is I don't think they have what my character looks like. My character is short, like me, and stubby, like me, and everything I found of a VTuber kind of thing was an animal with ears, but nothing to I could really like manipulate and turn red or do anything about it. So I just gave up and said, you know what? I have an animation. I'm an animator. Why not use my skills
I
to
was going to
animate?
say I was gonna say like you could try like uh look at furry models to use them as a reference.
Yeah, but they're cute. But because like there's one of like a
Like
dog
PB model,
and a cat and just like their ears are just you can't move the ears to like anywhere else than like where they're at. Like you can make them go down, but you can't go up. So like yeah, I did look into a bunch of those stuff, and I just gave up. I mean,
yeah.
most of the times I am just using my like on my like in real life face. So I only when I don't want to show myself like I'm playing anime game, I start just using the VTuber form. Not sorry, not VTuber, the GIF tuber form,
Yeah.
which is advanced,
Um,
like more advanced than
I
PewDiePie, I would say.
hastily slapped together this list, by the way.
And I feel you.
oh, that's
Dogboy, what are
fine.
your thoughts on it? On like the first few topics that we talked about.
Well, um, well, in regards with the whole VTuber drama, that's actually pretty interesting. This showcase, just kind of goes to show that companies will always be a company, you know. But I think that in a positive light, I know the girls all got signed off to different company, and I think they're enjoying themselves right now.
Um,
I thought I saw something from Silvervale talking about that. Then what else? There's still a bunch of VTubers that are getting some flack because they're doing the whole uh, lolly bad or anime fans are all creeps and weirdos or something like that.
which I find ironic because
Yeah,
VTuber scene what is part of the anime scene.
right. And and then in the Vice aspect, kind of glad because I mean, I'm kind of waiting for a Takaku.
Otaku.
Yeah, sorry, can't really talk right now.
Understand?
Been having bad allergies all week,
Oh, same.
but
Think a suit is good.
I mean that's what I've been using or some form of it. But anywho, the another thing is just the well, not even just them. A bunch of one of those. I think this word's kind of been overused, but I guess say woke companies are just having the hardest time right now.
Go woke, go broke.
Yep, go woke, go broke. But another well, I think to say like the key science that a lot of people more and more are fighting back. There are a bunch of artists. Like there was a okay, so the game honkaistarrail has just been released,
Yeah.
and
They're if you're wondering, they're by the same folks who did Genshin
Genshin
Impact.
Impact.
Yeah.
Yes, and for anyone who didn't know that, yeah, now you do. But it's all like a multiverse type of deal. So there was an artist that has gotten attacked by the Twitter mob.
Yeah, by aunties.
Oh boy.
Yeah, those because he drew two pictures of the just like in most like in Genshin Impact, and here you get to choose between either a female character or a male character, and the artist depicted romance between the male character and two other female characters who are quote unquote canonically lesbian, but not in this universe, but another universe. And that angered a lot of people. So, or more specifically, those people, the alphabets.
I feel like I heard the story again, but just with a
You
different
probably
skin.
have.
Speaking of
It's just a different skin. Instead of saying Honkai
Yeah,
Star Rail,
yeah.
it's Genji.
It's same situation where it's kind of like you see the hypocrisy of the people, but thankfully the dude stood his ground, and so while he's getting all the fire from all these weirdos, he's gained like over 1,000 subscribers and within a day,
yeah.
all because he just stood his ground. And so I'm pretty sure seeing that, or even just stuff like that in general, is gonna push even further.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea is to draw something, get the Genshin weirdos to come at you, and then stand your ground and question
Or
mark
just go
profit.
full troll mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose so. I suppose. Which is kind of like why I have Pippa as my avatar right here, right at the moment. Just mostly because, like, in one of my other chats, we were just talking about how she's very much uh, what was a good term? Red pill rabbit, as you call her.
Yep. Based in red pilled.
Based in red pill. Yep. Yeah. But this picture is just her and holding a gun by her feet. Just because we were talking about the whole, I don't know. It's like the server I'm in are a bunch of degenerates, not Twitch friendly people.
I've been in places with a bunch of degenerates before.
Oh yeah. We both know.
Yeah.
We were in the same mud area. But
who wants to hear more internet beef outside of VTubing?
Why not? I
Yeah,
bet
why
the
not?
listeners would love to hear it.
Last episode, the Illuminati or Blair, she got exposed hard. And then later then one what so make a long story short, what happened was one, Blair basically was beefing with Legal Eagle. Then well, the tsunami happened of basically Blair being exposed as a completely terrible person. One for deleting old videos of Tommy C where she was in them because she had moderator in them, mostly because if I remember correctly, she was making like a fat joke towards Tipster. Another thing was during the set. Another thing was basically beefing with a back then a small YouTube channel called Cruel World Happy Mind for basically saying like, hey, some chick is copying for basically saying like Cruel World in her perspective saying like, hey, there's some chick copying you and saying like sources will be there soon. But sometimes they have a lot of if you do like the same kind of content, you have a ton of overlap.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing's really original, as they say.
Then more. So another time when she had a Reddit channel goes by the name of Sad Milk. There's actually two. And that itself was kind of a shit show because one of the editors, if I remember correctly, basically was owned by Blair. She was basically like balled and chained to Blair. Like she paid for everything her editor had, car, house, all that fun shit. And one moment he made a slight effort against her, slight towards her, and then she got exposed as a and basically, yeah, there was a whole bunch of internet beef, all eventually coming up to what we have now. And I wouldn't be that surprised. And the and another one was her accusing one of her ex-friends of the clique, saying like there was, how do I call it? Kid diddler in their Discord server, and he kind of failed to act. But even though but then it turned out to be complete bullshit.
It was a complete and utter fabrication.
Yeah.
I see.
So, yeah, basically the Illuminati is taking a ton of L's.
And not the actual secret organization.
No. She
Yes.
is currently all because I was not even that surprised really, because like I've known about these kinds of things since before it. Even Rebel, the person who even Rebel Wolf, she said like she used to watch her, but actually I have the it's in general.
You probably have to scroll past everything.
There it is. Like, yeah, she used to watch this chick, but she said like things kind of rubbed her the wrong way. And like she wasn't even that surprised. Rebel wasn't even that surprised that she got exposed generally as a shitty person.
It seems to happen a lot of times to these people. It's like, okay, you got a good image on screen, but then behind the scene it's like it just gets real nasty. Because you gotta keep that image going. You're like, oh well.
I honestly call this whole thing an influencer moment.
Yeah, it's more of a reason why it's like, and this is not even just towards us, just towards anyone who's listening. The fame and fortune is not the ideal route. It's not worth it, especially in this day and age.
I say this is an influencer moment. It's very similar towards the gamer word moment. where ignorance overwhelms the overwhelms a perfectly logical person,
it took me a second. Okay,
causing
okay,
them
Yeah,
to act
okay.
in an
okay.
illogical, self-destructive manner.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought you meant like, oh yeah, the price of being in front of a camera 24/7. Yeah, okay, I got you,
Yeah,
I
I
got you.
got you. Oh, the Boondocks reference.
Yep,
It's like, oh wait. Yeah, okay. Go on. That's a big break. I was like not thinking of that.
yeah,
Yeah, I call this an influencer moment.
Mm.
gotcha.
It's like we'll also put that in the definition for our podcast.
The influencer moment.
The influencer
Are
moment.
we influencers? Have we influenced anyone yet?
I don't know.
Um,
We gotta
I don't know.
We gotta try harder.
I guess like you guys can call me an influencer to some extent because I actually I dead ass occasionally get comments on my tweets for whenever I review someone's game, because if they have a Twitter, I
Mhm,
um
mhm.
if they have a Twitter, like they'll say like thank you, and like they did watch the review.
That's good.
Okay, that's good.
I don't tweet, but I do get lost spam on my my YouTube channel of like, hey, you is like use this thing to get more followers. I'm like, oh, thanks. Not gonna use it, but
Uh,
you know, bot.
yeah, yeah,
Thanks.
bot.
I'm influencing the bots to to get at me. It's you know it's not that easy to get bots to chase after you. You have to really post things and for the bots. Actually, you don't need to post things. You just have to be alive for the bots to get you. So
Speaking of I got a new subscriber. Thank you, Kuro.
you're welcome. I got a new subscriber too. Thank you, Mister Overlord.
I'm not subscribed to you though.
What? But what YouTube said it was.
Ah,
What the hell? Well, YouTube said you were. So like I was like, oh, looking at it, I'm like, oh, look
Oh
at
yeah,
that.
I am.
Yeah.
absolute betrayal.
I am. No, I check my subscriptions.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
was.
apparently getting
Ah,
3 views on my recent video.
Mm-mm. 3 views on your recent video? I thought you got like
3 views per hour. I
oh
mean,
all 3 views per hour. Yeah, I'm not
okay.
I'm
my
not doing
total
very
view
good.
count's like 167.
Yeah, I saw and I was like, how? I mean, okay, well, okay, I can get how. My channel is made from like old scraps of Amino. Um, like when I was doing some like I just had to happen to be there at the right time to put up some videos that were not associated with Amino but was like explaining the functions when Amino was at his high time, which yeah, that got me like so many views. So it got me like 48 subscribers in like in in one day. But then what happens is since they stopped updating things and they've been more on a downward spiral, I think it's time for a. Can we have our what do you call it again? I had a name for this. I had a name for this. It's like it was something like the daily what do we call this thing when we talk about Amino? I have it written down somewhere. It has
Atrocious Amino.
yeah. Yeah. Okay,
Um,
can we have our atrocious Amino moment right now? Since we always seem to come back here. So I want to tell you guys something. All right. So you remember when I left Omana and I was acting all like Sephiroth and I was like, I'll never be a memory?
yeah.
Well, I'll never be a memory because what happens is that Omana 2.0 is going very well because what happens is like Amino featured my community and we're just popping off like fireworks out here. And so what happens is I haven't been looking at any news because um stonks go up in the art anime that I can't I have to be fighting bots off of by myself. Like I mean I got 2 people to come back and I'm like, hey guys, look, I told you, look, see, I told you if you see how See how I told you to wait? I knew when they're gonna shout me out because what happens is, I bought a mono to where it was, and I can bring this place to where it was, and I did, and now I'm swimming in so much art and people and everything that yes, we're almost like at full bars. So so Amano was lived because I gave it life, and it's dead because um I mean, I asked Dumb Gum and he said that it was like it's dead, and I'm like, huh, I guess so. So just want to get that out there. Oh, 17 fan club members. Oh, it's getting good. Anyways, yeah. So Amino it may be still terrible, but what happens is that I'm still flying high because just
Yeah.
so if you guys want to come back, you don't have to come back, but uh, you may come back to my kingdom of sorts because um, it is growing vastly strong ever since I got rid of everyone. So I'm just saying, I'm not trying to to my own horn, but I'm honking that button. Burp, burp. Sorry, I'm slamming on that because I feel good. Anywho, I don't want my hubris to get me. What honk honk? All right, but yes, that's my my daily dose of amazing amino. Honk honk.
Uh,
Yeah.
but you ain't even set up the soundboard. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
I have some song. I have some things, but they may sound annoying. All right, everyone, brace yourself. I don't know if anyone can
And
hear that.
can't be no worse than stuff that I got in my other channels.
Yeah, I think you can. I think it's only playing on Twitch, so I just played it. I just played a PUBG thing. But
Oh
yeah,
well, I'm out on Discord, but all right.
I can't play on. I can't do Discord. I don't know how to do it. I didn't even know how to do it on Discord.
You gotta go on server settings.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to do it someday. But yeah, you just have to imagine the sound of me, feeling good. You know what?
Yeah, I got that. I got that sound somewhere. Where's my videos?
Yeah.
But yes,
That's beef. Yeah, tons of beef. Yeah, beef in. Yeah, currently right now we're experiencing an influencer moment.
Good because I'm influencing a lot, and I'm looking at the numbers.
I'm also kind of laughing at the fact that that you guys took a while for you guys to put two and two together.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when I said the gamer word.
No, because I was thinking something else about I was thinking game word, but I was like not in a different context.
can we not use it here?
Uh,
I mean, not the gamer word. I'm talking about the sound thing.
no, I know what you're talking about. You're not using the keyword. Um, you're probably off the record, off camera, but right now we have to be on our best behavior in front of all
I'll be
the kids, moms, dads,
Plus we're
presidents,
on
prime
Twitch.
ministers, and all those people out there watching us right now. Oh yeah, and all the Twitch too.
I mean,
But
which is ironic because Twitch are a bunch of coomers.
mm-hmm. So
Yep.
so we gotta play nice, and then off camera we can be like, yeah, I hate that
Fuck.
person. Torch this place, torch that place.
App
Yeah.
directory.
The exclusive content that you can only get outside of the Twitch. The good old days of
Yep.
I was gonna say something Sundowner said and Rising. Good old days of 9/11. Like wow. Anywho. But yeah, Sketch, you got anything else?
No, that was pretty much it. It's basically um VTuber companies, just a whole bunch of VTuber news, and yeah, and be and more an influencer moment.
Okay. Okay. All right, I got this. Let's Dogboy. You got something.
Uh, what did I did have something to talk about.
All
This
right.
is why
Uh,
you write it down.
I
Here's,
I
here's,
thought I did.
here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go, and if you remember, you can cut me off because it's probably one of those things that you stop
Yeah,
thinking about it, you can always
yeah,
get back to it. All right.
yeah. Just go ahead and run with it.
So I uploaded when I uploaded the episode 36 of Midnight Social Reading. Well, obviously on YouTube, it's not going to get as great as as anything on my channel. I mean, yeah, it's the only thing that's good on my channel is a yandere simulator game where you escape from a yandere girl, and that's pretty much doing very good on my channel. But other than
That's
that,
good.
it's like doing 109. But it's hard. I think it's probably harder to get YouTube than to get Twitch. I think when it comes on when you get to Twitch, you get to a certain spot, and then what happens is that you can always build up. Like I'm learning. Like you can always get to a certain spot, but then you have to kind of like get a little boost to get you out of the get you out of rut because I'm not an affiliate yet. But what happens is that not if I get more people to watch me, if I get like right now I only got like one viewer on Twitch right now, but when I'm doing gaming streams and stuff like that on like Monday and Friday and stuff like that, if I can continue keep getting the people watching me up to like a past three viewers and keep them entertained and going on for a whole month, then I'll get to affiliate. But right now, it's like this midnight social reading is not yielding as much because like I'm playing RPG Maker. I could be playing Street Fighter, but what happens is I really need to get back to actually RPG making because I've been trying to like cut videos and upload my own videos and buy games that will like entertain people and stuff like that. Um, because depending, maybe they may not want to watch that game because maybe they have experience in this stuff. So yeah, it's an upward battle of just trying to get things going. And also, you know what? I'm not really that popular. Like there people are busy at this sometimes, so can't always get a raid. And when you get one, you appreciate it. When you don't get one, you appreciate it still. All the fun times. So, um, not there yet, but it's quite the fun. So what I'm trying to get to is that our last video that we did, I was looking at the analytics because after uploading to YouTube, um, I was seeing where the spikes were, and one of the spikes that kind of like where people were
I
actually
mean,
interested.
I think like some of them were for me because I like to watch some of them so that way I can see what we can do better. Well, simply what I can do better or what we could do better together.
Yeah, totally. Um, I should actually just take a screenshot that what the well actually won't show up. It won't show.
Um, and I've been meaning to do an animatic of that one clip of all of us just laughing our asses off.
If you can't do, if like I know Clownfish does has like a web comic that they do of their own stuff. And if we can get enough people to follow us, maybe it would be eventually where they do like, hey, I want to do an animation of what you guys did. So, but I think that's far down the road. Like I say, that's like a 5 year
So,
thing, unless magically we somehow solve the equation for getting good.
for me, it was just like I do it all in like I make videos in like a week.
Yeah, I mean, I have a video that I should be cutting up right now. This one here, probably don't need to do much cutting unless there's like audio problems. But um, I mean, I already missed the first 2 minutes of it, of the intro. So that means I got to re-download it off of Twitch and then had to go put it back on. Then I had to get it and then I had to just re-download the whole thing because I missed the intro bit of the thing because I didn't hit the record button, but it's still on Twitch, so I can just pull off from there. So basically, what I'm saying is that our best peak on when I'm looking at the charts right now, our best peak was
No.
was like we hit like a 22%, and we were talking about bad reboots because I'm starting to timestamp it now to kind of like find out where
Time stamping is good as well.
yeah, to kind of find out where retention time is. I'm doing a couple things like on YouTube where it's like trying to get people after over 30 seconds of watching the video. So it's like you see when you see your finger like, did anyone watch over 30 seconds? Did they skip through a bunch of these stuff? So I mean, Midnight Social Reading is a podcast. No one's really putting us on unless one of us becomes controversial, and then people want to hear more about like the controversial stuff that we're talking about. We're in some tucked in corner of the internet, but we can still hit some good strides nonetheless because YouTube.
You can also try and promote your Twitch on Amino.
I did.
Hopefully, we'll get
I
like a few
did.
trickles.
I did. Well, did I feel? Okay, I did. Well, on Friday, I I switched one of the things and then I put a live stream on the Amino just to see how much it would yield. Not sure if anyone came from there to the thing, so I did try it once. So maybe in the future, there'll be more experimental things like that. Now that it's growing and now it's strong like ox. Um, but it's like I haven't really pointed toward on Amino. I haven't pointed towards my game and someone else's game. So what happens is that for the RPG makers, basically, the active ones, there's like maybe 3 of us RPG makers, but 4, but maybe 5. The numbers grow, but they're not active. That's the problem. There's only like 2 active RPG makers in that whole Amino out of like 5,000. Maybe some people who have some who want to do some RPG making, but they're just not active or they don't know where to go because, yeah, the one where you could do is dead. So I said I'll make art and anime. The one will be a haven for those who are looking for a place to post a thing. But I guess some people may be shy and all the stuff for that, and people are just visiting. So that's just one of the issues. Um, But what I was saying was that in for our video what our last conversation we were talking about like bad reboots and remakes and stuff like that. That actually hit that was actually doing pretty good out of the 36 people. That sample of 36 people were watching. Apparently
Oh,
the bad reboots. I try not to watch my video to make the number go up because I'm like I don't want to inflate the numbers on my
yeah,
own.
influence.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think it will.
Occasionally, I do watch my own videos, see what I can do better, see what worked, see what didn't. Like I said,
Yeah, and
yeah, I do too.
yeah, that's true. Sometimes
like it's something that like you kind of have to do.
yeah, but I watch it. I don't watch it on YouTube. I watch it off. I watch it. I watch the raw file to see where it went wrong and stuff like that. Because like I said, I don't want to influence the numbers on YouTube or saying like, oh, you watched because I know if you watch your own video on YouTube, it counts as one. And I'm like, oh great. I was like, oh boy, I feel so great because I got one viewer, but in the end it's me viewing my whole thing, and I'm like, wait, I don't want that to happen. I
It was
want
me, Dio, the entire time.
Kono Wow viewer is
Yeah,
me. You know,
um, yeah. The guy, Maho Arms, saying like, thank you for checking out his game.
nice, nice.
Ooh,
Hey, has anyone given you any free copies now, or they're like,
No, I don't think I'm ever at that scene.
oh, not yet.
Ever at that point yet. I'm not at that point yet.
Okay, so well, I mean, you're
Probably when Shmentai Writer releases future fragments, they'll probably give me a review code or some shit like that.
Okay. Because I was thinking, what do you? I was wondering if do people just throw things because at you because
I mean, like, I actually did get. I mean, unless it's a dev request, then probably. I only got it once.
okay. I mean, I get a
Actually,
lot.
no, twice actually. The second one, I swindled myself into reviewing a visual novel.
I mean, I get a couple. I get dev requests from and from the RPG Maker community. You know, they're like, "Hey, check this thing out," and I'm like, "Okay, sure, I'll check it out." You know, some people are part of my channel. I check out their stuff, but they're like, "Hey, check this game out," and I'm like, "All right, I'll take a look at it and see it was like."
Like, keep in mind, like, I have like a good amount of filters because I use F95
Uh,
to choose my game of choice because one that's just it's just essential, that's where all the games are at. And the second one is because well, you get it for free.
ah,
So if the game turns out to be
Are
a
you right
piece of
back?
shit, I'm only
right.
wasting time.
Well, yeah. I've been doing two things. I've been buying cheap, like anything on sale, like oh, it's only like a few cents, and whatever people are giving. So I've been just like it, just like you don't waste too much money, but you at least you spend money to make a little bit of views. Not a lot.
Like I'm only wasting time.
Mm, I can agree. Not with
Like
your time wasting, but whatever the game that comes up. I mean, like yeah, I mean, I'm also part of the RPG Maker community, so I mean, whatsoever on screen right now, and I mean that's me making RPG Maker,
I
but at the
mean,
same time,
like don't get me wrong, I do play those kinds of RPG Maker games, but I don't review them.
nah. I mean,
Like I play them casually.
I tried I tried to do a let's play of one, and what I got out of it was it started good at the beginning, but if I go to the RPG maker web and post it, then yeah, I get some external views on the video. But other than that, it's like getting it organically is not in its and not in its fortune. So I have to I mean, I did one game. You know, it brought a lot of people together, but in the end, it's like I tried to put on Amino, I tried to put on every place. It just didn't yield what it was, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I have to pick and choose the ones that could be good.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. I mean, I want because I want to buy Elden Ring, but I also like know like will if I buy Elden Ring, will it be like? I mean, by the time I get there, will everyone be like, "Oh, I've already seen it," so well, am I picking up whatever's there or like that's the thing
Yeah,
about it.
that's also kind of like why I don't review as much of the popular H Western, both Eastern and Western H games.
I did. Oh, what would be a popular one? Give me an example.
Future Fragments, Shady Loot Cart, um, Karen's Prison. If I
Oh, I
ever,
seen that.
if I
Yeah, I seen that one.
um, like I'll occasionally will review a popular game, but that's every once in a while.
Hero's Journey.
Another game is Third Crisis, Cloud Meadow, Aircio.
I hate that I know most of these things.
What?
I hate that I know most of these things they're talking about. How about
That's a you problem, not a me problem.
I know. Well, how about Hero's Journey?
Probably not because there's like I s- like
Huh?
Huh? What happened?
I think he cut out. Yeah, I think he cut out. Wow. Oh, that's the end of sketch.
Sketch?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun,
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 dun.
dun, 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 dun.
Until he comes back. Yeah. So yeah. So let me go check down and see.
Down C.
Oh, my ears.
I just had to unplug the damn thing and replug it back in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah,
Mm.
like I said, Kerr, that's a you problem.
Yes, it is.
And I
Yo,
don't
I
review
see.
games like Heroes Journeys because they don't really have that much substance. If that
Oof.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like all you do is just fight one or two bosses.
I mean, I don't expect them to have deep story lore. I mean, I don't know. I don't expect any HQ to have.
I don't mind if you have like a deep ass, don't have a deep story, no pun intended, but make the gameplay at least fun and memorable.
I mean, what kind of gameplay is supposed to be? Rip off the clothes and hope that your auto blow doesn't electrocute you.
It's more like just have like just something that's just fun. You know what I mean? Like something that you could just enjoy with your pants up or down. Like there's a game called Castle Evil, and the game may not be much, but by God, it's extremely fun to play. It's basically kind of like a Metroidvania style game.
Okay.
It's like the the graphics are not much. It's like pixel art style, but it makes up for it with like just fun gameplay.
Ah.
Yeah. The ones I've been seeing on Steam is just a bunch of puzzle sliders, and
Eating Candy
and
Crush type stuff and
yeah,
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 that's
and
yeah,
shoot
those games are fucking cancer.
and shooters. Like, there's a game called Sex of Hitler. I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah, I actually did saw that in the F95 forums. It's like this is parody. This is a bad joke.
I'm like, people make.
Someone's taking the piss.
I'm just surprised someone would make a game like that. And I'm like, who would make a game like that?
Someone taking the piss.
Yeah. So yeah, they have that game, and I'm looking at them like, why is everything in here trash? And for like for like what zero
Yeah, that's
zero to
yeah,
like
that's
39, well, not 39 cents, at least to like $10 at least. Because
and like the more popular ones are those cringe-inducing DAS 3D Renpy games.
yeah. I mean, I was just because I was shopping for games today, and all I can see was like, I'm like, what? Why is
Like
there
from
so
the eye
many?
could see, all you see is just bad rude games.
Yeah, and I was like, is this what Sketch reviews? These like cheap ass like 36 cents slide the puzzle around or run.
No, if you've seen my video,
I've
you
seen
know I
one.
don't.
I've seen one or just a couple. I've seen some of them, but like I've been seeing them, and I'm like, I was questioning, was even.
Like you compare and contrast with mine, like I don't review those. I have some form of self-respect.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to gain self respect because like I was playing a bunch of somewhat trash games, and then I'm looking at another trash game. I'm like, I don't want to play this. I should have more respect for myself. It's cheap, but I don't want to. I don't want to be known as that guy who plays cheap garbage games just to get the channel up. Just to get the channel up. So I looked at this game and was like, It was
Yeah, and I actually want to check out if like I want to see if a game's good or not.
yeah.
So like I often try my best not to go for those kinds of games anyway.
I wish more games would have
Because
demos.
one, there's not really much to review because like I said, I really hate saying this phrase, but if you played that one, you pretty much played them all. Like I really hate saying that.
Yeah, I look at it and I say to myself, yeah, I think I've seen this one with a different skin and AI art.
Yeah.
You know. Also,
Yeah,
um, a lot of RPG Maker devs who don't have the money are using AI art, which doesn't it kind of.
which is a slight step above from using goddamn DAS 3D.
But sometimes it doesn't. It just doesn't match with the things because like they're attempts.
Yeah, there's a ton of mistakes that AI art can easily just do.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and so
And now there's even also where they're fixing voices to where it's like if you can't afford like a voice actor or anything, you could just voice the character yourself or have the computer do it for you.
will it sound good or will it sound wooden? Like oh hello.
If you get the like the really bad and cheap kind,
Uh,
but there are some because I saw a video. What was it, yesterday or the other
I
day?
specifically,
Where
I actually enjoyed those AI president ones.
yeah, those
I
are
heard about
funny.
those.
But it's like, yeah, there's a guy I saw, like he used a completely free program. Granted, he had to do a lot of, not a lot, but a good bit of steps just so it could sound decent. But other than that, yeah, I mean, there's free stuff out there. You just gotta dig for it.
Yeah, I enjoy the AI presidents one a lot.
Yeah, those were nice.
Those tickle my fancy a lot because I don't know why they're funny. Like just like my favorite one is they were like having a debate over Little Debbie snacks.
Yeah, I saw that one. Then they'll have like guest appearance from different celebrities, like saw the one with Drake. That was pretty funny.
I saw this one video with it had a rarity in it from Friendship is Magic.
Oh, uh, yeah. And then I see some of the anime characters. Those were pretty funny. But yeah, it's getting there, boys. It's getting there.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's not
we're
even
talking
just
about you think you can make ad space for for this podcast?
an ad space.
Ad
Yeah.
space.
I could
Depends on
try.
who's sponsoring us.
Like you just like have like one page that's advertising the podcast.
On the Discord, right? Or
I
anywhere.
meant like on like God's Lost Mercy.
Oh.
That.
Yeah.
I think I could pull something up. Oh, there was a thing. Well, I got a poster that done for like a contest.
There it is.
At the back of
Okay, I found the video.
so at the back of God's Lost Mercy there will be like a thing where you can cut out and the dotted lines and you can
Or
send
like
it in to get.
before a very dramatic moment, there's like a brief advertisement for our podcast.
And you can order
Okay.
a Reader Digest a Reader Digest book. What
Yeah, I can make something for the comic. I mean, not for the comic, for the podcast on the comic or in the comic.
Yeah, how about we have Mercy be listening to Midnight Social Reading, and she's like, I love Midnight Social Reading, especially I like Kuro and Siren are awesome.
I was gonna say, or you could have her say like Mr. Overlord says some rather cursed shit.
Oh, I think I can come up with something.
Listen,
I mean, it's true.
listen, you're working for free. You're working for exposure bucks. Keep that in mind.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know you
I
love.
mean, I already did like a shout out for your channel on one of my videos.
Listen, you filthy artist. You work for exposure bucks. Me, I have evolved beyond artist. I am now a game dev. I have I have ascended. So you filthy artists now work for exposure bucks.
Speaking of stuff, I have now
I look down and spit on you.
I'm almost done making my model.
Oh
Sorry.
hell yeah.
What you said? I missed what you said. I'm still thinking about the dumb stuff I was saying. What we said?
See, Dogboy, did you finally remember what you're about to bring to the table?
Um, kinda ish.
Don't worry. I still got
It's.
more if you don't because
I was just going to talk about some of the new anime and games that have been coming out.
ooh,
Yeah. Um.
better fire up my Steam.
So okay. So there's. I think I talked about this last time. Genokids. It's like a Kickstarter game, and right now it's free. The demo's free to play on Steam, but it's like an old school hack and slash or character action game where here I'll grab a and you basically you got all these cool combos you can do and stuff and it's made by two people, by the
Okay.
way, and the demo, you wouldn't even think it was a demo, like how good it played. The game, and I put a link in for the Kickstarter, in case y'all want to share it around and stuff. But it's made by an artist and a developer. So there's that. Wait, hold on, damn it. Come on, mouse. But it's a fun. It was like a fun hack and slash game. Oh, you already did that. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Oh wait, that's for the Steam store. Yeah, okay. the yeah, you cycle through these characters, each their own skills and talents and stuff. But it was really fun. Then that's in the indie department. Like I think I said this before. It's just there's really definitely a rise in indie games where more and more people are
Yeah,
getting tired of AAA
it's
games.
kind of like
Triple A.
it's much like with 2015, indie will break out, and AAA is currently breaking down.
Yeah, and I know y'all probably heard about the whole situation with the Star Wars game Jedi Survivor.
Yep.
Yeah, the
We talked
PC.
about that last time.
Yes, we did. We did talk about it last time. The PC ports still
Yeah,
ass.
the PC port was an absolute disaster,
I heard there was a
even
day
though
one
the thing is
patch.
made on a fucking PC.
I heard it was a day one patch. Didn't that fix it up?
Not really.
But still,
Yeah,
like that should not be. You shouldn't have to fucking patch it up.
well, that's almost every game now. But yes, I hate that's a fucking excuse that we have to, like, literally. It's getting to the point where even where half of my friends are like, "Yeah, I'll just wait until a couple updates and then I'll probably get the game." Because everyone just knows that the game, the second it comes out, it's going to be a buggy mess. No matter what game it's going to be. You know, and you're only guaranteed this when you like with the indie games. You very rarely have to worry about that much. But yeah, I did get my hands on Dead Island 2. I think I talked about that last time. Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you beat
yeah.
it yet? Or
Uh, it's still pretty fun. I didn't really had any problems. Then again, I played on PlayStation 5. So it's like so I can't imagine what the problem would have been like if I did play it on a PC. That's why I don't really like to play major games on PC, because I just know you know. And plus, there's that whole program, Denova. Is that what it was?
Oh
Denova?
yes, fucking. I don't understand why the fuck De Novo is a piece of shit. Like, it sounds good on paper, looked good on paper, and then you actually execute it, and then it's a piece of shit.
Just like socialism. Sorry, but
And much like with socialism, people keep on fucking advocating for it.
yeah, really, it's so stupid, but yeah, like I don't know. I usually watch like the Fleekazoid.
Yes,
The,
I watched his video as well. Fleek,
yeah, and Fleek.
yeah,
Uh,
Fleekazoid. Fleek thoughts with the Fleek.
I'll throw a thing in there. But yeah, I usually watch some of his stuff. Just for shits and giggles. But he does have good points here and there. And same with
I
the
I
usual people.
I watched like his Gotham Knights video. It was just like, wow, yeah, they absolutely he
Yeah,
made
they
the joke
have.
about how they bitch made Red Hood.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's still like a good character to play as, but it's still kind of weird seeing him so chill. Like I'm so used. I'm not saying that he hasn't chilled in the comics, but it's just so used to like how he normally is. You know what I'm saying? A
Like
bit of
like in he said this like in Under the Red Hood, he threw a bag full of heads and took over the drug trade like a proper psychopath.
yeah, really. He's supposed to be the like if Batman did use guns and just even a little bit more off the hinges. Like if Batman
He
just
took over the
didn't really
entire
have a
drug
moral
trade
code.
like a proper psychopath.
Right. But still is like one of the most beloved member of the Bat family. Which is fair. Because yeah, compared to everyone else, yeah.
You know, I still
I still
like
like Dick Grayson though.
I like Red Hood is my favorite post Robin, but currently
Yeah.
I am enjoying Damian Wayne a bit.
Yeah.
If they constantly stop fucking treating the Bat family like complete garbage.
Yeah. I saw the issue where it's like it was like a while back too, where Batgirl had to get put on the sideline just so some random person I would not say specifics to what they were, but yeah. So it was kinda like why? But anywho,
And then they try to
the
make Tim Drake buy
yeah, they're making almost
like
every
you're like and then oh my god, they did Superboy the most dirty.
they did him the worst. Like this the story didn't even get good until Superman actually came back.
Like they did Jonathan Kent so fucking dirty.
That's so bad. But anyways, the
Like because I enjoyed the Super Sons.
yeah, I remember you used to tell us about that, and I did look at some of the issues when I could. Yeah, they were definitely enjoyable. Um, the and I was watching a couple people here and there that talked about the whole superhero situation we're in now, or the fatigue of it. Which I think this weekend, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is out. No, it came out last week, right? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it came out last week. Yeah, and I haven't heard anything bad. Um, so that's a good thing.
All I know is that some guy is going to ask me at church, "Hey, did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy?" And I'm gonna pretend like I have.
I just say you just
My
didn't have
mom knows
time.
I clocked. My mom knows I clocked out at Endgame.
Yeah, I clocked out at in Infinity War.
I
'Cause,
I came in at Loki, and then I left after Loki. Oh, and
oh my
sorry,
god.
Marvel What If. I left after Marvel What If.
I'm I'm not even that surprised at you, Kuro, because you don't really follow. Like,
Uh,
like for me, I've been here. I've been doing like the whole Marvel MCU thing since the beginning.
well,
Yeah, that superhero fatigue is definitely a real
for me,
deal.
it's my brother's like, hey, let's watch this Marvel thing, and I'm like, sure, whatever. I got nothing else to do with my time, and then we
And
watched
I feel
Marvel.
bad, and I feel bad too because a lot of my friends are still, or some of my friends are still, very much, still into the Marvel universe. Not as crazy about it, but still very much into it. So whenever a trailer pops out, they do kind of fanboy a little bit, and I feel kind of bad because it's like I just know deep down it's like this is such ass,
Hmm.
it's like I can just tell the whole story without even looking at it. It's like I know the plot points they're going to throw in. I know all the twists and turns, all the jokes, and what they're probably going to throw in and what they're probably not going to throw in. Is I mean, for something like Guardians of the Galaxy that I haven't really been invested in, yeah, since well ever. I mean, I've watched the first movie, watched part of the second movie, still enjoyed it. But it's just like the Guardians, I was never really into them. I don't know why. I did enjoy Rocket Raccoon though. The comic book run of Rocket Raccoon when he was on standalone. Um, and I actually came across a dude that helped publish the comics for I think Scotty Young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scotty Young. He's currently the guy who convinced me of like whose comic dev kind of convinced me, saying like, hey, maybe this medium is worth something after all.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
he was the guy who did I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah, Fairyland, The Wizard of Oz. It's like he's one of the artists that I know that can definitely pull, sales. But yeah, it's what else? It's the what's I gonna say? Yeah. It's I don't know. So it's just like I feel bad. It's like I'm constantly meeting all this stuff with such bleakness, and
Yeah,
because I just know this
my
like
mom while we were at a restaurant um said like she felt like she's reached the end of the internet, which is honestly kind of sad.
You can do that.
that's kind of sad.
Like, because she has nothing to watch anymore. But it's kind of on my mom because she's one of those people who binges, who needs a show to binge on.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel that. I mean, I don't think she's really reached the end of the internet, but definitely at the end of the streaming part because it's just
Yeah,
like we
I even
kind of
told her like, yeah, you can always just read manga, and she said like hard pass.
you out. There's a lot of good manga though, but hell,
I know
there's the
here's the I Hate Fairyland dub.
nice. Uh, yeah, the God damn it. Yes, yes, the whole yeah, it's kind of like we gone back to cable TV. Ironically, it's
via the ads.
because yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for me,
well,
like YouTube's kind of is my TV.
same because
Yep.
I got ad blocker on and I don't have to sit through all the ads. But at the same time too, it's like I also you know look through for anime. So there's not really any need for me to go on Netflix or Hulu or anything and just watch what's on there. Like if there's really anything interesting on there, if it's animated, I could just pirate it. But if it's like live action, that's gonna be a little tricky. But I can still find a way to get around that. Or I have a friend
you
or
can just
two
do a
that
fucking torrent.
or I have a friend or two who has you know um legal access to those, and I just go over
Yeah,
to their place and
my
watch it.
mom has access. Like, I'm just gonna keep using my mom's fucking I'm just gonna keep using my mom's Netflix and HBO Max.
Yeah, I mean, same. I don't. There's not really a reason to, and I think that's like what me and my friends were talking about the other night was that like while we're all trying to find a movie on both Netflix and HBO and Hulu, is that there's so much stuff, but there's just nothing to watch. The same thing that we've all used to say back when cable was around, or was before the streaming era.
Mm.
I mean, that was the whole point of streaming was just, one of the points of streaming was just so you can watch movies instantly, so you don't have to constantly go out, rent a movie, and then come back. But I think it's like people are starting wanting to go back to that. Since now that the companies can willingly go in to your library and pull your stuff out or
Yeah,
alter the
yeah,
films and games.
and like I've actually seen memes of people who own physical media, and it's just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Just pirate it and burn it onto a disc so you can have plenty of backups. Because a lot of people often forget about physical media. It
Mhm.
is the most fragile thing in the world. I'm not joking.
It is.
Like, cartridges can erode, discs break, or just get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think that your precious physical media, like, you think you can just have that thing forever. No, that thing will eventually die out.
Yeah. Which I'm glad that like now there's products where you can if you get like home videos or from the 90s and so forth, you can transfer them to digital media now, which I'm glad about that. But yes, the only reason why I'm still for physical media, despite knowing that it's not going to last, it's just so that I know that it's mine.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
it's
like
yeah.
it's good. Like I watched someone's video saying like why piracy was necessary, and it was just like, yeah, he said piracy was completely necessary. I'm gonna try and find the video.
Yeah, and and I don't like the idea of just people just reaching their hands into your personal libraries online and just changing shit. Or let alone changing shit from classic movies like Lilo and Stitch, for instance. I think y'all
There it
probably
is.
saw the
I
clips
found
and
the game I found the video, by the way.
okay. Yeah, like the clip where in the beginning of the movie, if y'all don't remember or haven't seen it, uh dryer scene change.
Oh.
Where it's where in the original Lilo hides in the dryer. But on the Disney Plus version, they changed it to like a pizza thing, or pizza oven.
Huh? What for? I did.
Somebody said it's just so that kids don't try to crawl into the dryers for some reason.
I thought
I
I thought it was the stepbrother thing. I thought I finally made the the dryer not.
Wait, what the fuck?
I thought with all that dryer thing, we have corrupted dryers. But you know what? That's also a
Oh
good
yeah.
option
Oh,
too.
the scene comparison. Yeah.
yeah,
That's stupid.
that is so stupid. It's just like yeah, no one's going to. Well, I can understand like if someone thinks that like, oh yeah, the kid will get locked in there or something. Or first of all, the kid has to figure out how to shut the thing in the first place. But
Maybe too
but
many kids have been
other
shut down, shut into the dryer. Maybe there's a statistic that they know that many kids have been shut into dryers. They shut
I
themselves
don't
in
know.
there.
That's what I used to do when I was a kid. I used to crawl into the dryer and pretend it's like my own little personal space rocket.
Yeah, and I went to the dryer once and I couldn't shut it. But yeah,
I managed to shut mine and then bust out of it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not really that hard. I was like what 2 or 3, and I was like a 2 or 3 year old, and still able to crawl in and out of a shut dryer, no problem whatsoever. And these were like supposed to be like the heavy duty ones too. So if my little small ass can do that, then and your kid just couldn't, then I don't know, skill issue.
Definitely a skill issue.
Not
I
saying like
actually did watch saying like dumb ways to die thing, and it's like, oh yeah, like one of the ways that you can die is
1,000 Ways to Die.
I remember
That show on
I
Spy
guys remember
TV.
that fucking thing, dumb ways to die.
I know the intro, but I never heard it. I never watched it.
the animated one. Yeah, I've heard of it. Um, I still remember of 1,000 Ways to Die. That like used to come
Yeah.
on Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
So.
Yeah, I think it came on like right after Mansers or something.
Oh, Mansers! Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would watch that like
Yeah.
after I watched Afro Samurai too.
And MXC
Okay, I
and
found it by the way.
Kateshi's Castle. Oh
Oh
my
man,
goodness, that was a good channel. Still, that was a good channel.
man.
Found the video by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
The But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, not that I'm saying that, not like I'm making light of the kids that actually did die in the dryers.
Uh-huh. But a lot of people get stuck in the dryers. Like like I said,
Yeah,
sometimes your step family gets stuck in the dryer. But Disney.
yeah, like your stepsister who's is a grown ass woman and she's not even that thick, so she could easily just slide in and out of that. Like, what the hell, man? Come
And
on.
Disney's thinking about her.
I
Yeah. Oh God.
They're thinking about
Let that be
her.
the reason why they actually changed it, because they don't want to be affiliated with the adult content.
They don't
That
want.
is so stupid.
No, they don't
Which
want. They don't want to be affiliated with Maytag.
I
Not the adult content, Maytag itself.
um
and yet like they
yeah. Huh.
but
What else did you got on your list, Tro? Oops.
Woo, okay. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I'll have to laugh about that later
Dogboy,
on.
please. If you have like interesting topics you want to talk about, put in your make a list like we do. Even if it's
I
just like
mean,
hastily put together, like I did like 5 minutes before this this video. Before this.
I've gone for 2 paper.
well, usually at the time when I do come across this stuff, I'm not with pen or pencil. I'm out in the store or something. I see something, or I'm over at somebody else's place, and I just
Mhm.
Now I could just open up my phone, put a notepad, but that's too much work. Oh.
I totally understand. Speaking about like what, like that things that take too much time to do, I did come across. This is what how can I say it? I don't know. I haven't fact checked it, but um on I have to go into out of context. Um, do, do, do. So yeah, I came across a thread on 4chan, and what happens? They were saying that someone saying that Chainsaw Man Blu-ray sold 1,478 copies in its first week, and it's a botch compared to Bochi DVDs outselling them by 5 by one. What is it like? But Bochi outsold them, and so I have.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Oh, okay, so it's I was like I couldn't. I tried looking all over the place because I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna bring this to as news, I don't want to just say anything. Oh, I didn't copy over. It's in the out of context. I'm trying to copy it, but like I didn't want to sound like I didn't do my research because I tried to do my research, but I don't know where to find these kind of things, kind of
No,
research.
I got
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, because it's the one that was on Twitter. I can't even. I can I can barely read Japanese and stuff like that. But
Yeah, but that's Bochi the Rock, though.
yeah, um,
Yeah.
but I think these are like Blu-ray DVD sales because it says 2022 nin.
hmm
Spy X Families sold about 6,526, and the one with the red mark on it is Chainsaw Man, which I mean I've not been watching Chainsaw Man, so I don't know how it's going.
I heard that that Denji kind of got replaced.
He
And
did. He got made into. He's still a main character, but he's more of a duo antagonist than he is. Hell, I think he kind of became more of a sidekick. But the story is still focused around him.
even in the
At,
manga.
so the current character and is a girl named Asa, because she I mean and right now, and this kind of goes along with the themes of like what Fujimoto wants to write about, and like we already kind of completed Denji's character growth, where he's been trying to figure out what he wants, what he needs, and the whole aspects of how he want to live his life.
Oh, that girl.
Uh, yeah, and then with Asa, she's just trying to get over her depression and stuff.
Yeah, I
Like finds a reason to live. Like, I think I probably saw the panels and whatnot.
no. What I saw was that
No,
she
I mean I did see a few I did like see like a few video titles say like why Genji got replaced and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, I think I saw some of those too. But but it kind of makes sense though that I still would like to have look more into Denji's growth, because he's still trying to figure things out, because he's raising um I I don't know if I should spoil it for anime onlys, but yeah, he's kind of taking care of somebody right now. Um and so he's got that added
Yeah.
responsibility, and
And
he's very much exhausted.
Makima's probably committing some crimes against humanity.
Uh she's um I mean, she's technically around, but she's not around. It's more with the logic with devils, like, and especially when you find out more about Denji's powers and how he kind of handled her. Uh, anyways, the point is that we got a new antagonist. So with the new antagonist, you got a new protagonist, and following her story.
But yeah, because I remember like people were comparing who was worse, Makima or Princess Bubblegum.
Princess Bubble.
wow.
I mean, it's kind of like a coin flip there for me, because I mean, like, Bubblegum been you know stirring that pot for what, the entire show running. But Makima really definitely twisted it so bad, though. Like,
Let's see, like I mean, like what other stuff has she did besides like grooming Denji?
although that would require me going to spoiler territory.
She didn't just groom Denji. She groomed every person that was in love with her. Outside in the real world. I mean, like every
Yeah, the
person's
real
role
world.
play.
Yeah, she. So that's why I'm like, that's why I'm kind of like people are like, we are like, even though season 1 just ended, like the last 2 episodes is really when the story got started, and and so really, I know a lot of people said this, but for anime onlys, you guys are not ready for the full frontal assault of Fujimoto's writing, because as batshit crazy as he comes across, he is truly a damn good writer. Like
he lit, he lets goes in the lighthearted stuff a little bit, and then he just immediately like he gets you out nice and comfortable, and then he gives you your 3 a.m. cynical wake up call.
Yeah, there's that, but he also has some like these weird insights into the human condition, but still adds that whole like he makes this like majority of the stories are more of just character focused stories, and like with the whole fire punch, it's
Oh, you made
a
that too?
simple, huh?
You made that too?
Yeah, he made that.
Oh, didn't it get axed once? It did.
It probably did, but it finished though. Oh, and another thing too, going on with Chainsaw Man, that it's no longer it was shonen since with part 2. It's actually with a different company. I don't know who or publishing group, but I think that's a good thing because a lot of people said that part 2 is very much slower than part 1, which is I think is actually a good thing because you're not getting a bunch of back to back to back action. It's not as neck break speed like first part 1 was. But part 2 definitely does marinate with the whole character, stories. Especially when you're dealing with somebody like Asa and Denji, the new protagonist. But the
I still remember when I read fucking like chapter, I think like 4 or something, where it said like, where the fuck are my like I just know like I haven't get to touch my boobs. Just funny as hell.
yeah, I just want to touch some boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, at face value, it is. I've seen a lot of people get turned off by that. They're like, oh god, here we go, another pervert protagonist. Oh, yes, he is perverted. But like I'm not trying to sound like one of those intellectual, you know, internet people. It's like that sees the blue currents like, oh my god, it's so avant-garde. No, I'm saying that like the whole juxtapose of Fujimoto's writing, especially with Chainsaw Man, is that what makes it good is that how he can make a complex topic come out in a simplistic way. And so like the whole concept of Denji, for instance, like he's a very simple character, but
Yeah.
however, but through that simpleness, you kind of getting that whole like trying to figure out a lot of things that a lot of people are dealing with, like what is going to bring me fulfillment in this life. Because Denji, when we all started off with him, he was literally living in a shed, had to sell his kidney, his left nutsack, his eyeball, barely eats bread. Like bread, like a slice of bread is literally like 5-star gourmet meal to him. And so
Then when he joined Makima's agency and started living with Aki, he fucking made the super toast.
right, exactly. And from there he gets tired of toast and wants steak, and from steak he goes up and on to where he's still, even in part 2, he's still trying to situate himself with the wants and needs of being in society and being a man, you know. And within recent chapter that I read,
When oh yeah, and I noticed this cool thing because of a YouTube comment.
Mhm.
In Aki's morning routine, after kind of briefed Makima about like him fighting the bat devil and the sea urchin devil. After his morning routine, like you see, like whenever he makes a super toast, he it's like his area is a lot more cleaner.
Yeah, and you do see Denji growing where he starts taking care of things, and even power grows. Like a lot of people want to rag on, saying like, oh, like she doesn't bathe, but by the end of the part one, she does start grooming herself, taking care of herself. Um, before the happy birthday incident, yay, yay. Um, the but anyways, the what was I gonna say? Yeah, like in a recent chapter, uh, there's one of these primordial devils popped up, the fallen devil, where it's just kind of like it definitely dives to the mind of somebody who's just had it with life, who wants to Minecraft themselves, and and Asa was about to fall into the devil's power. Denji catches her, and they're having like a back and forth. Like, what's the point in living if all you're going to be dealing with is nothing but crap after crap after crap? And Denji just tells her, "Well, it's not easy, but you just find something simple to find something to live for, and it could be something that's grandiose, or it could be something stupid and ridiculous."
Like touching boobs.
Right. And he gave his answer, which was very crude, but still very much on brand. But yeah, the whole point was just just find something to live for, and it doesn't have to be big or grand. Just something that brings you a little bit of joy in your life, or like a little minor goal to reach to, stuff like that. Um, and that's what I'm kind of like excited for with this season of anime, because actually the recent animes have been kind of like on that par, where there are still very much idiotic shows, like shonen shows. Like I was watching called earlier today, was called uh Radaku Bad Girls, where dude, it's kind of like a harem anime in a way, where dude basically gets cursed to where only bad girls will fall in love with him, and he winds up bagging one of the baddest bitches in town. But it's like in the episode that I just left off of, he's like, wait a minute, if good girls can't, fall for me, but only bad girls do, then maybe I should like rehabilitate some of them.
I can
So
change them.
there's
I
I
can
can
change
fix her.
her.
Hey, I can fix her. I can
That's
fix her.
I can fix
I
her.
can fix her. But then there's also the Mash Burnhead and the Magical Iron, which is basically Harry Potter. Like I'm not even joking.
Oh
It's
yeah.
literally like note for note. Like you had the sorting, you had the whole the scars thing where every mage has the scar on them, except for our main character, who's the opposite, who was born human and in this magical society. Um, it's like if you're just a regular old human, you're either exiled, detained, or executed. Um, and a low level mage finds this regular human baby, raises him as his own, and the dude just wound up just pumps so much iron that he's literally Harry Squatter, the boy who lifted. And so it's basically if Harry Potter was Saitama in a way.
You have
But
muscles,
the whole
Harry.
secret got out, and that to the magical police, and the chief makes a deal with them, saying like, all right, you know what, uh you're gonna go to the Wizard Academy, work your way up, become the divine visionary, which is like the top wizard, and And if you do that, then you and your grandpa will be left alone. Nobody will mess with you. You can fix the system, you know. And each episode you're seeing like a remnant of the movies or the series of Harry Potter, where you have the Quidditch game, right? A guy runs up to Mash, wants him to play in the Quidditch game, or they call it something else, and Mash can't fly. So you know what he does when push comes to shove and he has to help out the team? He literally jumps in the air,
yes,
kicks his feet so fucking hard and fast where he's gliding.
Yo.
And he literally spins the ball into the hoop to where it'll come right back to him. And he just does this over and over.
Yo, I gotta watch. Yo, this has to be. I need to watch this then.
It is. I highly recommend. It is so stupid, but it's so good. Like you literally have your Ron Weasley character. You have your Hermione Granger character. You even have Draco Malfoy character where he literally just took his hair bangs and bashed his face into the ground. And then when a teacher tried to like he was close with the vice principal, he threatened to expel Mash. Mash just buries his ass. Like he just surplexes him, buries his ass into the dirt, and tells him like, even if you do get out and expel me, even if you get out and cut off my arms and limbs, I'm still gonna find a way to bury you.
Okay,
I was like, yes, watch this. Hold on, let me pull it up.
I'm looking at a clip right now, and this guy just backhanded a fireball from this dude.
Oh god, it is so good.
Now, here's the thing about it. I have never watched. I mean, I'm not into Harry Potter. I've only watched like a rough track of some people watching it. One movie, and that's how I really watch. But I'm still not into it. Not into the games. But I've always wanted to see what happens if you had somebody who was not playing by the rules of the magic, where everyone's using wands. But like this guy, I was like, how about a wizard that had like a punch, like gloves on, and did like punch magic, and here it is. It looks like the thing I've been looking for, just magic versus.
This is definitely, was made by somebody for a group of people that just tire of the whole Harry Potter fandom.
That's me. I didn't even get into it, and I want more dark fantasy, being like, oh, it's always dark fantasy. I'm tired of like isekai dark fantasies and maybe, except for Dark Souls, which is dark fantasy, but it's everything else that's
Healer.
And what I like about this is that it's just simple. It's not too complex. It's just you can shut your brain off, and the character's good-hearted. He's not some jaded gray morale type of hero, which is nothing wrong with that. Because I do enjoy Chainsaw Man, and I'm enjoying Hell's Paradise, which is literally how can I put it? It's basically like I'm trying to think of where you have it's like Suicide Squad. I think it's the best way to put it. You have a bunch of criminals and think what Edo, Japan, who are all sentenced to death, right? Supposed to be on death row, but they get made a deal where if they go to this mysterious island where they believe it's where it's like basically like heaven in a way, and retrieve like the elixir of life, then they'll be pardoned from all their actions. So you do have that kind of a death, death royale type of deal, along with all these criminals. And the main character you're following is a ninja. A rogue ninja by the name of Gabimaru the Hollow, and so they're all escorted by their own personal executioners, samurais who mastered the art of executing people. And as like I said earlier, it was made by somebody who worked under or as assistant to Fujimoto. So you'll definitely see some similarities here and there, but it's definitely like considered one of the top of the dark three, the dark trio. That's what people are calling it, the dark trio of shonen. And it is kind of interesting seeing a lot of shows, especially shonen shows. It's probably because we're not getting the censored versions anymore.
Oh
But
yeah, the 4 kids version.
yeah, we're not getting the 4 kids or Cartoon Network versions or so on and so forth. We're getting the raw deal.
It's about time.
Yeah, about time. And
I
and
mean,
that and this kind of leads me back to one of the other big hitters of the season, Oshinoko, which is the Oshinoko.
well, I want to say is like the censored animes that we were getting back in the day, they have a spot, It- like
Yeah,
they were terrible. Like when you look back and say, oh man, like what did they do? They turned jelly donuts and like rice balls and stuff. Like yeah, I understand that, but they
yeah,
they they were doing
I
their
mean, it
best.
spawned the lost pause meme of him just fucking getting triggered over jelly filled donuts.
Yeah,
oh god, yeah,
it's just that there are some places that it wasn't needed, but there are some places that you know, you can look back and say, yeah, okay, you could have. That's you made it possible. You brought it here. You censored it for people to watch, and we're able to get it. But then, the people now can see back and say, okay, that was stupid, or that was great.
yeah. That was
There's some things in it.
there's still some gold here and there. Yeah,
Yeah. So
I mean, for not for for legitimate reasons, but it's just for funsies.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean the really like I mean Yu Yu Hakusho was definitely would be considered a dark shonen, but it was still a shonen and it was still awesome as hell. I remember watching the show on Toonami, and it was just like Yusuke was just the most badass character. Um, Cyborg 009, I remember that.
no, I
Rurouni Kenshin. And then it's like then watching Dragon Ball
unfortunately,
Z and Dragon Ball.
unfortunately for those shows, I had to get a sat. Well, I didn't have a satellite. I had to go to my cousin's house just to even watch maybe 5 minutes of Rory Kenshin at the end of it, where like this one guy was tapping his feet and moving so fast, and then that was it, and that was like all I got to see of Rory Kenshin or
Ah,
Cyber
damn.
009. Like I had to go to America just to see like Venture Brothers because I didn't have Cartoon Network. I had to literally go to New York, stay up and watch Venture Brothers because yeah, Cartoon Network doesn't exist in Canada.
Yeah, I was about to say sorry, I forgot your Canada's got that issue.
Yeah, I'm the
Um,
top and you're the bottom. Yeah, that's okay.
yeah, we're totally bottoms here. Um, um, but yeah, like with Oshinoko, like the best way like I describe it, like I know like first glance, like oh god, not another idol anime. It's it's an idol anime of course, but it's more like Perfect Blue. It's a diet perfect blue, but it's still much like it covers all the not all of it. Well, it probably does. The manga's still ongoing, but it's made by the same guy who did Love is War Kaguya, and Oshinoko is just more like an ugly look, or at the look in the ugly side of the entertainment industry in modern Japan, and idol culture, YouTubing, and filmmaking, where you see these characters just struggling with it. And yes, it is an isekai technically
What really?
because the main characters are there are two characters, and they're both reborn. Like the boy was a doctor, the girl was a cancer patient of the said doctor, but she died before him. And the doctor wound up having to, develop because the girl, she was a huge fan of the purple hair girl that you kept seeing that with the star eyes eye, um, and 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 then that wound up getting passed on over to the doctor. But lo and behold, she pops up at his hospital because she was pregnant at 16. Just like an average day in America,
Mhm.
and I'd say it like that.
Whoa.
Male virginity is on the rise.
Oh man, but yeah, the daddy. No one knows who the daddy is, which is a huge plot point, and you'll know why. Like once you watch the episode, which is like an hour and a half long.
Probably someone in the Yakuza.
Yeah, and it's really it's worth the watch. Like I promise you, it's worth the watch. But because I'm not going to say the big ass fucking twist that happens, which I'm sure y'all probably got spoiled anyways because the internet's being the internet.
No, actually, I didn't get spoiled. The
Never
internet didn't
heard
spoil
of
me
this
on this.
show, so
Okay, it's really worth the look. Because the doctor was supposed to help deliver the twins from I, but he winds up getting killed by a hyper
Truck.
volatile. No,
Truck.
not trucker, but stalker.
Uh,
Then he gets reincarnated as one of the twins, along with the girl, and they're
I
still
think
got
I
their
did see like a few screenshots
huh?
of the anime,
Yeah,
but nothing beyond that.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah, yeah, and you're kind of like, and um, you're seeing two perspectives on what's it like to be a fan in this world, really. I'm pretty sure there's like some stuff that you guys are fans of, like wondering, hey, well, I wonder what's it like to be part of this industry and stuff. That's what literally the cancer girl just said in the beginning of the episode, the whole show, was that what would you do? What do you think it'd be like to be reborn as like a child of a celebrity and get to live that life? Well, then you have the two fans born to this amazingly popular girl, this famous woman, and then you get to see their experiences firsthand. Being part of the idol industry,
sorry.
part of the film industry, part of the manga industry, and so on and so forth,
Hold on.
and just seeing like the ugly side of it.
So you're saying that they got reborn as her pregnant children? I mean, so no, sorry. They got reborn as her. She was pregnant, so they were reborn as her babies, right?
Right.
Oh, right now I'm doing that Jackie Chan where it's like
You're
what?
losing your mind.
Yeah, I'm trying wait.
He's losing his mind.
What? Wait, no, wait, how do you get I'm trying to figure out how you get reborn. How do you get isekai to someone's You know what? I guess I'd watch it for myself to know how.
Yeah, you're going to have to, but it just kind of
Did they
comes
get, wait,
down to like
hold on. Did they get
it's the
did they get reborn as the sperm and the egg? Is that how it happened? Because
no.
you had to go back, you had to go down to the nitty gritty basics of how you can get reborn.
It's more kind of a spiritual thing. It's like when the girl came to the doctor, she was already about to bust. She like I said, he was supposed to deliver the babies for her.
Yeah, 'cause he just took those
Yeah,
babies' lives.
and it was the night when she was giving birth where he got killed. So it's more so like his soul got transferred into the unborn baby's body.
Those babies already had souls. He just happened to hijack their bodies. They got kicked out.
That's what I thought too. That they probably just hijacked the souls. The girl might have been there before,
Mm.
but I don't know. My theory is that the male baby was probably like already was probably dead on
Yeah.
the way out.
Stillborn.
Yeah, still
Yeah, it
born.
was probably would have been
Yeah.
stillborn, and he came in and gave it back to life.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I can see
that's
that.
my theory.
I can see that if it's
A
possible like that.
game, an anime
I
theory.
Thanks for watching.
thank
But
for watching. But yeah, and to wrap this up because I see what time it is.
hijack.
The
So if you
it's
ever get
I
isekai,
have D&D later on in the fucking noon.
I gotcha. And tomorrow is Mother's Day.
oh yeah, we got
Well,
yeah.
today is Mother's Day because it's fucking midnight.
No, it's past midnight.
2 o'clock for me.
Yeah, 2 a.m. for me.
It ain't tomorrow until I wake the fuck up.
Yeah, I feel you. Exactly.
But yeah, there's a lot of good shows out. Demon Slayer season 3, it's still going good. It does kind of feel like it's kind of lacking a little bit, and if I could be honest, with Hell's Paradise because it's also being animated by Mappa, I feel like they definitely put majority of their budget into Chainsaw Man, and because like in one of the episodes recently, it was kind of lackluster.
It's like one of those. I think Chainsaw Man is like one of those high priority shows. It's like, okay, this manga is something that is quickly becoming beloved, and if we fuck this up, it's all our heads.
Yeah, essentially. So if anyone's probably wondering why does Hell's Paradise seem kind of lackluster compared to Chainsaw Man? I mean, it's still good. It's still really good. But yeah, like if anyone's comparing, that's probably why. This is they probably just ran out of budget for it.
Yeah, but it's very high priorities. Like we cannot because of chainsaws. Like we cannot fuck this up.
Not to mention they still have Attack on Titan to finish up, and they just got One Punch Man to do. So yeah, they gotta. And plus, it's just a Kaisen that's supposed to come out as well soon with this next season. So they're really, yeah, they're pretty stretched thin. So I wish them the luck. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's still. I mean, regardless whether it's going to be on par with Chainsaw Man, it's still going to be good regardless. And I know it's just like it. Even One Punch Man will probably be in better hands than it was before.
I mean, it's not going to be like Studio Madhouse, but
no, but it's still going to be pretty good though. And hell, maybe if they work their magic, they could probably can convince Madhouse to work with them again. Because that is their parent company, Madhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think one of the directors from.
And I hope Trigger gets the rights to Panty and Stocking, because that's where all of the the people who did that, that's the animation that they formed.
I think they did it. Didn't they just announce for like another season?
They did, but I never heard anything after that.
Yeah. I did heard that, just like one last thing before we signed off. That a director from what studio was it? Anyway, there was one of the anime directors actually left and started his own industry now, his own company, animation company.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll look into it for next time, because I'm sure because this just recently happened, so there'll be more to the story by then, I'm sure.
Maybe he can animate Black Suit Man for me if I get him on the podcast. Yeah, okay,
whatever. Or we can.
If we can also get Rebel in the podcast as well, it'll also be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all I got. Thoughts, final comments before we leave.
Not really. I was just gonna say, like, yeah, everyone's watching those animes, but I went back to watching like old school animes. I'm actually watching Serial Experience Lane right now, which is,
yeah,
like, I wanted to see what was all the hype, the hype up about it was. I mean, there was one time I was on a stream and then like I saw Lane switch personalities and I was like, damn, she's hot. And then everyone in the chat was like, don't sexualize Lane. I'm like, excuse me. Because I didn't even I just tuned in and then all of a sudden like I didn't know why she was like why she went from like some scared to serious and then they were like don't do that to Lane and then I was seeing that like a lot of like 4chan posts being like well it's all love Lane, so I'm like okay, let me figure out why is so much love for Lane, what's going on with this show, so I'm like episode 4 just trying to figure out what the show's about. And I went not only that, I went back to I wanted to finish off Vision of Escaflowse, old little an anime from back in the day, back in the 90s. Looks like an 80s thing. Reason I'm doing reason I'm doing that is because I never got to finish it because where they're showing on YTV, which is the syndicated for like the TV shows are they were showing anime before, like they're trying to. We had Teletoon, which is supposed to be Cartoon Network, but YTV is supposed to be Nickelodeon and stuff like that. And they were showing them a bit, and I never got to really finish it, so I want to get back to that. also when I was watching it, I was like, damn, I felt so nostalgic because it was like old school. Like the drawing was like it's that 90s anime style of art. And it just made me feel like, man, like I remember when games used to look like this, like RPG games when you pick them up and stuff like that. Now everything just looks like hyper moe anime, but anime used to have definition back in the day.
Yeah.
But now it's like we need to make it
Uh,
simple for animation, so we needed to like pare it down. So I get it, but when you see those things like back 2080s and did you care comparison chart? Yeah, basically that
My God, stop.
that kind of
I'm
thing.
looking. This is what I'm looking at right now on Twitter.
diarrhea. No, there's a couple of anime I want to go back and revisit. I'm going through and watching Dirty Pair. Those two
Oh
girls I'm sure y'all seen memed a lot.
yes,
Yeah, and then there's also I want to go back and because I never finished Slayers like properly.
mm.
Like I
Yeah.
didn't like,
And,
so I kind of want to go back and watch Slayers.
I think they're around what I was watching. Well, yours maybe Slayers is maybe a little older, but then also depends on the studio. But yeah, probably I don't know where I'm going to go around from there. But then
Yeah.
also I'm watching Fist of the North Star, which I just got this season 2. So I just I mean I played some of the games, not fully but demos. So I'm starting to get to around to
Um,
kind of Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I
And
definitely got a huge catalog to catch up on.
yeah, a lot of
I'm trying my best to watch this anime, Kiba.
Oh, oh yeah.
was that the
Yeah.
oh wow oh yeah I've seen that. Well, I've seen that character before.
It's one of the OG isekai animes.
Oh, isekai. Okay, what does it have something to do with wolves?
What?
It does have anything to do with wolves in it? I'm thinking. I know
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen it
Uh,
you.
before.
you summon shit, and like you also have like this thing that turns into like a fucking sword.
Mm.
Um, fun fact. That's also where I got the character design for Xander's. Where I got the idea for Xander's character in Enoshima Tales. And I also been meaning to finish up watching this anime as well.
Gao
Oh, that
Guard.
looks familiar.
It reminds me of, I don't know. I remember watching an anime called Gao Guard. It was like
Go
a
go go.
yeah. It was like it was before school would start. There would be like this anime where you can like it was on TV at like it was like a 6 o'clock. You're never gonna catch this unless you're like you kind of like woke up in like the
Ridiculously
day.
early.
Yeah, and it was like they were like I don't know why they showed that like you know at some time, but like yeah, I started to watch that like during high school and then it disappeared. Uh, but
I The reason why I even know about Gadgar's existence is because there's this thing called the before Funimation now was a thing, they had this thing. It was just a Funimation app, and you basically would just it just had like a bunch of anime on it. There was two versions, the free version and the paid version. You had to pay like $10 for it on iTunes or on the App Store when I had an iPhone. You also but you had to pay $10 if you're on Android by default. So basically, you get like a whole bunch of anime. So that's how I knew about Gadgar, and that's how I watched Panty and Stocking.
I think I watched it on YouTube. If I recall, I maybe watched it on YouTube.
Way here is Xander's character design.
Oh,
I think it was this one. I think it was King of Braves Gaio Gai Gar. That's anything relatable. Yeah, and I think on the last thing I'm watching is I'm cycling through like throughout the weeks or stuff. I'm going to go back and watch Psycho Pass because I didn't finish it, so I'm going to start from the beginning. But um, I need to finish that Psycho Pass. So I've been on a psychological anime bender, just trying to find something good and psychological to watch. I don't think they all do great, but the ones I've seen.
I'm more or less just another one I want to watch from the beginning is S Otherwise, because I bought like volume 3 at my local weeb shop.
That's otherwise. Never heard of it.
Here it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wait.
S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait
Otherwise.
a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, and I was watching like volume 3. Just like fuck.
Looking at my list.
Lately I just been reading manga.
Yeah, I need to do some more manga reading.
I like, for example, I just finished reading Legend of Zelda. The two, like, it was like a 2-in-1. It was the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past.
And you didn't get that leaked to you? Okay, that's terrible, but you
That was
get what I'm
so
making.
horrible.
You get it what
That
I'm
was.
making. You know, what the Zelda leaks? Alright,
Oh
okay.
my god.
I'm currently
I am out of here.
all
Let's,
right.
Yeah, I will call it
But
that,
the manga
guys.
I'm currently reading is Witch Hat Aldir.
let's sketch wrap this up.
But
Yeah.
anyways, I hope you all enjoyed our
Uh,
thoughts on some of these current events that we've mentioned so far. And we look forward on seeing you again. So until then, keep on just
Keep it on.
uh,
yeah.
Keep on keeping on.
See you next
Keeping
midnight.
it.
Also keep the salt flowing because yeah.
See you guys next midnight on the Midnight Social Reading.
Dun dun.
Ooh. All right, let's get out of here.
Blow this popsicle stand.
I'm gonna protect my eardrums. Which was the way out? Oh.